So the Vlookup and XLOOKUP functions are a little bit more about inspecting your data rather than wrangling your data, but they can still be useful if you're searching for specific values within your data. The XLOOKUP function is for the newest versions of Excel. So if you have like the Microsoft 365 package, or I believe Excel 2021. But Vlookup is compatible with the newer versions as well as working with the older versions. So we'll start there. So we'll start with Vlookup. And what we have to do first is say what exactly we want to look up. So let's say we want to type correctly and look up Simone Biles. And the next thing we need to do is we need to say what the range of our table is. So it's going to search across the table for our lookup value. So in this case, for Simone Biles. But then since we are giving it the entire table array, the entire table range, then it can start looking across for other values. So we can just go ahead and highlight our table here. And then we need to say what we want it to return. So what column are we interested in that matching value being from? And so let's say we want to see, has Simone Biles won at least one gold medal? And so we'd count 1, 2, 3. So this is our third column. And so we're going to give a column index number rather than like A, B, C, D, etc. And then the last thing that we're going to do is we're going to say, do we want an approximate match or an exact match? I almost always go for an exact match. I don't know that I've ever gone for an approximate match. And so if you just type false, that means you want an exact match. You're not okay with having an approximate match. And then hit enter, and we see that, yes, here we go. Yes, she has. Where this can become perhaps more useful is if you have like a cell here, and rather than typing in, Simone Biles here, you can type in that cell value. And so right now we don't have anything there, but let's say we wanted to look up Katie Ledecky, and you can see that that value changed. And then maybe we changed our mind and we want to look up Alona Mahar. Oops, it would help if I spelled names correctly. And we see that she hasn't yet. And so that will help you, that can help kind of cycle through. So that's kind of useful. The XLOOKUP function is a little bit nicer because it can return a series of values. So again, we'll type in our function, XLOOKUP. We type in our lookup value. So let's say we want to, this time with Rebecca Andrade. And then here, rather than highlighting our entire table, we are saying, let's look here. And then what we can do is we can say a return array this time, rather than just a single column. So let's say we didn't know what sport Rebecca did. So we can say, I'm just interested in this. And so, just highlight that single row, and then we see, okay, she does gymnastics. But what we can also do is, rather than just looking up one, let's say we wanted to know what her sport was and if she had won at least one gold medal. So we can highlight all of this time, and we can see, okay, she does gymnastics and she has at least one gold medal. And so this is just Excel saying, hey, you're returning more than one value, so we're expanding your cells. So thank you, Excel. Appreciate that. And so again, this is just kind of a way to inspect your data, to look up values. And just like with the Vlookup, if we wanted to change this to reference a cell so we could type in different names, we can do that also.